on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you the most in-depth action figure reviews here on YouTube. And today we're taking a WWE Mattel official retro tag team 2-pack featuring D-Generation X. This box set is exclusive to ringsidecollectibles.com. When you guys shop there, use promo code 4LIFE to save 10% off your order. So if you guys do remember, the first kind of box set that we did get from Mattel and Ringside was the NWO pack. Here we're getting the next set, which includes D-Generation X, and the packaging is very similar. If you do remember the outlay of that box, it kind of had that white line here for the NWO. You do get the green paint. You will see the awesome WWE logo here on the front, as well as the larger images of Triple H, Chyna, and the Outlaws. See the DX spray paint logo. I know some people will nitpick and say it is not from this era of DX. I totally agree, it is not, but you know what? It does add some nice aesthetics to this packaging and really does make it pop. You'll see here it says official retro tag team 2-pack with the Mattel logo. On the top of the box, you will have the D-Generation X logo, as well as some more of that kind of like splatter paint. Take a look at the side of the box there. On the other side as well. On the back, the nice kind of throwback Hasbro-esque looking packaging here with the black and white. You'll see the figures here pictured in the ring, as well as on the little carding here on the bottom. And for these kind of box sets, they just kind of open up here, kind of peel this tab back, and this will get our 2 packs out. So the first one we have here is the Outlaws, and this looks really nice. You will see the awesome green on this really does pop. It adds something to it. You'll see the retro figures here with Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. Really do like the nameplates here as well. You can see the different actions and different kind of looks here on the packaging. On the back, you have the little carding here, which you can cut out. I always loved that as a throwback as a kid. I used to have all these different lines, G.I. Joe or whatever, WWE. You'd always collect those trading cards, but you can see the other figures from the set on the back here. And you will notice that these cards will just kind of slip out. I don't think it's taped anywhere. Actually, it might be. It might be taped here at the bottom. I know they did that with the most recent Mattel Creations pack, so that's a little annoying. You do have to slice the tape here to kind of remove it. I feel like that kind of takes away from the whole point of removing it from the packaging, but the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn do look great. Let's come back, and we do have Chyna and Triple H to take a look at as well. You can see the nice green kind of pattern going on this packaging as well. You will see the figures here in the box. The image of Triple H and Chyna, also their different posing actions here. On the back, again, the trading card. This also does have the tape on it. I do not like that. But another thing for you mock collectors who are actually not even going to open these, here's one thing I wanted to kind of showcase as well. You can grab these ringside defenders here for these specific 2-packs. These do a really good job. There is a hook here if you want to like hang them on your wall. Usually I use thumbtacks, but if I can pop this open real quick, just to give you an idea of how these defenders work. Kind of just slide them right in there. So if you're a mock collector, that is a great way to display it. I actually did just grab one recently for my Hulk Hogan retro that I don't know where I'm going to display yet. Somewhere, if you guys have watched my Hulk Hogan display or collection, I do have a bunch of mock figures on the wall. I got to figure out a spot for that. But these defenders do look great. These are also available at Ringside Collectibles if you guys wanted to display them on the wall and keep in the packaging if you're a big fan. I really do like the green on this and the large images. They really do pop. But I did want to showcase that before we got them out of the packaging, just to give you an idea, because I know not everyone has jumped on board with these defenders, but I highly recommend them. But enough chatting. Let's come back. Let's get all these figures out of their packaging and see what they're all about. Up first, we're taking a look at the new Age Outlaws, one of my favorite tag teams, especially in the Attitude Era. Absolutely loved Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. So let's look at Billy first. It's amazing that we're still getting figures of him, and he's in AEW. He does have, I guess, 2 ringside exclusives from 2 different companies, which is kind of crazy to think about, right? You got the Acclaim 3-pack with the kind of modern-day Billy Gunn, and then you have the retro, I guess, 4-pack, 2-pack, whatever you want to call it, with the DX set here at Ringside. And this head does look pretty good for Billy. It does capture the likeness. I do like the way that came out. You can see the headband on here is molded on, so that is not removable. It's got his cheesy smile, his trademark hair kind of flowing in the back here, so I really do like that. Got a nice shine on this torso. You will see the lips all over his green trunks. And for me, I always remembered Billy wearing either yellow or green. I know we've gotten a few different colors from Mattel. I know the most recent Legends had the white, but I always like the green or the yellow. Those are my favorite Billy Gunn attires. You can see the knee pads over here. They do have a BA, and I believe that's BG. You can see the DX logos on his boots. So that looks pretty nice and clean. For his action, you have the, I believe it's the fist punch. Let's zoom out and get a better look at that action for you guys. So you will see you can pull the arm back, and it will kind of do that punching action here. For articulation, again, if you are new to retros, there is not much to it. They're supposed to be throwbacks to Hasbro-esque figures, so the head will fully rotate, the arms will fully go around. You get your action here with this punch here, and you can see how that kind of looks with the action. The waist will rotate, and that's really it as far as articulation. But the whole point of these is to kind of bring back that nostalgic kind of esque feel to it. Moving on to Road Dogg. So I don't know how I feel about this head. I definitely do like the Billy Gunn head a little more than this actual figure here. It just looks a little off. I don't know. He's yelling at me. The actual goatee isn't painted the best. I wonder if that's just kind of a little sloppy on mine. I do like the hair. This is very similar to what we've seen with the Legends figure. You can see the nice kind of shaved hair here underneath. And I kind of wish he would have had the hat. That would have been a little something extra to add to it. You'll see the DX logo on his shirt. Road Dogg Jesse James on the front. Does have his tattoos here. You'll see on the back here, it does have the jumping action for a Road Dogg. The RD on the back, he does have Road on one side of his pants, as well as the different designs on his boots. He does have a Road on the other side as well. He does have the hand tape. Some more tattoo action here. If you want to see the action for the jumper, that's how it looks. And I get, like I said, this isn't for everyone, but there is a fan base for it. So if you are curious on jumping on the bandwagon, that's what these have to offer. Other articulation, that's really it. The arms will fully rotate. The head does get a little rotation. It does go all the way around. But all in all, here are your new Age Outlaw figures. Let me know down in the comments what you think of these two figures. Moving right along to Triple H and Chyna. So let's look at Chyna first. One of my favorite female superstars ever. Would love to see an Ultimate Edition figure of her, but personally I loved her in this kind of era DX. She was kind of the strong, silent type. Kind of had a little more action, a little more attitude as she grew with the group. But early kind of DX Chyna, the likeness is pretty decent, I will say. I don't know if they captured her spot on so much, but you can see the head here does have a decent likeness to Chyna. It's got the red lipstick on here. The hair sculpting does look pretty spot on if you ask me. She does have the collar underneath on her neck. Just a plain singlet for the top. You will see the kind of handcuffs on the front of her tights. It does have the black knee pads, the black gloves with a little coloring on there as well. But no other real details as far as that. She's obviously a little smaller scale because she is a female superstar, but I believe her action is this kind of like punch. So you can see her arm does go up and she kind of just turns and does that punching action. The arms do click in here. Articulation wise, the head you could probably fully rotate it, and you can. Unfortunately, the hair seems to want to turn that dog collar or collar around. That's a little annoying, so I did want to point that out, as you guys can see there. We'll probably have to fix that off camera. And her arms will fully rotate. She does have a little bit of waist articulation, but again, it has the action to it, so you can't really turn her around fully. But Chyna does look good. Obviously, everything you'd want for a DX Chyna. Moving on to Triple H. I don't know if I really like his head scan or not. From some angles, it looks okay, but spot on, front on, it just looks a little off to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm not really digging it too much. I do like the hair sculpt. Very similar to the prior Elite figures that we've gotten in the past. In this attire, he does have the H's here on his tights. You see on the side. The knee pads. Same logo on the other side and on the back. Plain black boots for Triple H. You'll see he does have the wrist tape here as well. For his action, he does have the clothesline action here. The arm does rotate a little bit. You can turn the head fully around. Rotation here as well. You can see if you want to do that kind of clothesline action, kind of just swivel him at the waist here. So it's okay looking figure. I do like the tights. I feel like they actually look a little more accurate than the Elite as far as the color. But that head sculpt or scan, whatever you want to call it, doesn't look the best. And a quick comparison for your figures here. So we do have the elite counterparts to these retro figures. Obviously, DX, a very popular stable, has gotten quite a few figures, but I feel like these figures are kind of what they were going with the retro. You will see the Chyna from the Triple H and Chyna 2-pack. Does kind of look very similar in attire to the new retro. The Elite Triple H, obviously he does have a different pair of trunks, but same head sculpt. That Triple H actually did have a chase figure that did match the attire for the retro. Personally, I just prefer the purple, and that's the one I have in my collection. We do have Road Dogg. There is one that actually does match the attire, an actual Elite, but this head sculpt on the Legends figure, I feel like kind of goes more so, or excuse me, I believe that's the Hall of Champions. I don't know, I'm forgetting between all these freaking lines. I think it's a Hall of Champions Road Dogg. You can see the hair sculpt is a little similar to that versus the new retro here. I will say I kind of like it a little better with the hat. I feel like that's kind of what's missing with the Road Dogg figure. Billy Gunn looks very similar. I did swap the head out here on this Elite in the green trunks versus the retro. You can see more of a smiling scan, more of a cartoony-esque look versus the kind of more realistic looking head on this Elite here. If you guys are enjoying this video review, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And while you're at it, make sure to turn on this notification bell so stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my channel. Personally, I really do like this set. I feel like it has a nice nostalgic feel to it. Obviously, D-Generation X is one of the most popular factions in wrestling history. I will say the winners from this set are going to be Billy Gunn and Chyna. I feel like they just captured their likeness and everything you'd expect from a figure, just really nicely done and packaged. I will say not just Triple H and Road Dogg aren't bad figures. I just don't like the heads. I feel like something's missing, especially Road Dogg. I don't really like it. I'm not going to lie. But I will also say this set kind of feels a little naked without X-Pac. I obviously know he was in the NWO set as 6-Pac, so if you're a good customizer and you want to throw some paint on him to kind of complete your DX faction here, or maybe just a DX t-shirt, that's kind of going to be the interesting caveat, because it's like, well, they're not doing single-carded retros, right? The only way to really get a retro is with Ringside with these 2-packs, or Mattel Creations are releasing those kind of box sets. So maybe we get an Attitude Era set or something, but would you really want a repainted 6-Pac to go with your DX? I don't know. I feel like it has to happen at some point. I don't know how they do it, but I think Mattel does get it done. It's nice to have, the 4 members here, but of course, X-Pac was probably behind Triple H, probably the second most popular member of the stable at this point, right? I mean, they were all pretty popular, but I know me as a kid, I love Triple H. X-Pac was probably my second favorite. I really liked Chyna. Then I'd say Road Dogg, and I think Billy. I mean, but they were all popular. I mean, if I had to rank them in my favorites as, my favorite wrestling characters at the time, but they were just super over at the time, so it makes sense that we eventually do get an X-Pac. But if you are interested in grabbing this set here, it is available only at ringsidecollectibles.com. You guys shop, use promo code FORLIFE to save 10% off your order. Before you go, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok at AlexWestCollects. Thank you so much for your continued support and checking out this video review, and I'll catch you all on the next one.